The NBA on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us. This Sunday afternoon, I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Taking a look at Charlotte. So the Hornets win the tip. Here's Ball. Pass to George. Here's Curry. He's guarded by Williams. Here's Rodman. That's tipped. Here's Dunn. Bank shot. No good. It's Rodman with the ball for Charlotte. In recent seasons, the Charlotte Hornets, Clark, have been very active in the trade market.
Well, it seems like they're always wheeling and dealing. I mean, they're on a quest for that perfect fit lineup, moving pieces around, trying to find the right recipe for success.
Now, here's Ball. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Dunn misses. And here's George. Outside, Ball. Rodman sets a screen. Lays it up and banks it in.
Boy, the fifth time's the charm. That's a big basket there.
And now, just over a minute played here in the first. To the inside. O'Neal. And the dunk by O'Neal.
This is Shaq at his best, getting that deep position and then just muscling through.
Got a piece of it. And stolen by Dunn. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Pass to O'Neal. Back to Williams.
Whose bad is that?
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Now, here's Dunn.
Switch.
Here's O'Neal. And Shaq with the slam.
Boy, Dunn is fantastic at moving the ball around, finding teammates with ease.
Ball with it. Outside, Rodman. This one for three. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Rodman's got 5 points so far. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's O'Neal. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
This is where Shaq does his best work. So dangerous in tight because he's dominant close to the basket.
And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Charlotte trailing. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks. At this point in his career, Paul George says he's in bully mode. He said, every night I'm on the floor, I'm there to dominate. Whether it's being more physical or going right at whoever I got to go at, you're going to feel me. I'm having that approach every time. I'm there to destroy you. Kevin? Wow.
I love it, though, D.A. Got to admit it. Awful powerful. Thank you. That's tipped. Reza Shea in the corner. Outside Williams. .136 left here in the first quarter. O'Neal is double. Oh, here comes Curry all alone. The offensive rebound.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check. And was maybe a step out of his range.
The Nuggets leading by 3. George with the ball. Guarded now by Shaq. Fires from the wing. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
This is why you got to be right up on Curry, because he's a dangerous threat off the dribble.
Pass to Reza Shea. Down low. Stolen by Rodman. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Hey, inside Curry has all the tricks. Floaters, scoop shots, fallaways, left hand, right hand. However he has to do it, he will.
Now here's Murray. No scoring in this one. Now Reza Shea. Good, and the assist goes to O'Neal.
A true highlight of Reza Shea's game, his ability to just knock it down from beyond.
And the foul on Jamal Murray. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution on
16 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Porter. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Siakam.
Playing ferocious inside. Porter Jr. went right after the big dogs.
And Porter drops them both. Here's Murray. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. To the paint. The kick out to Williams. Picked him clean. It's a tie game in Charlotte. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter.
The Nuggets. 11.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. Looking at what we've seen from the Hornets, what do you think?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Yeah, I like the way they forced a ton of turnovers and then took advantage of those turnovers with opportunistic baskets.
O'Neal, no good. Barrett, wide open, he fires. They set the pick. And he drives in. And Barrett slams it in.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an edge.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Here's O'Neal. It's not going to go for him. Good work defensively by Capella. Now McBride. Still scoreless. Pass to Porter. Back to McBride. No good with the triple. Nuggets trail. Cloak loose. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up. Greg, you know this. Good coaches give their players confidence. But what's the balance between affirmation and accountability?
Well, when you believe in a player, that also comes with expectations. So a coach has to boost them up and also demand that they deliver.
Here's McBride. Pass to Bull. Over to the wing. Charlotte moving it around. Shot clock at 6. It's Porter outside. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Charlotte. They trail by 1. Tipped away. Here's Dunn. And Dunn with the slam.
Dunn finishing in style. And the explosion to the hoop. Powerful.
Outside, Rodman. Inside, George. The shot's good. Rodman making the play. George has got his first points of the night.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
That shot wide open. And the Nuggets lead by 4.
And here's a guy who's worked on his range a little bit every year. Siakam confident from well beyond the other.
And now the Nuggets, fast break. Done with it. George picks him up. And Ball sends it back.
You've got to be aware of Bobo. He's got a 7'8" wingspan. If you are anywhere near him, back up even more to make sure you can get that shot off.
Back to George. And George with the stuff.
And some hang time on the rim. There's a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling.
And can put the other team on its heels. We'll see how it plays out.
Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
To me, it's been the ball movement. That's been the key. I mean, going from good to great. Not settling for a good shot, making that extra pass, keeping the defense off balance, and taking great shots.
And so far, just a great job forcing turnovers and creating opportunities in the open floor. The defense at the heart of that.
And that one goes out of bounds. They say last touch by Ball.
Substitution on the court.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Now, here's Bane. Still without a basket. Murray, good.
You know, when Murray finishes like this, guys, it shows you how aggressive his mindset is in attacking the defense.
And Greg, something that is so important to this team, Jamal Murray's shot creation.
It is, Kevin. He creates so much with the ball or off of it. The work he puts in on offense frees up everything for his teammates. Great competitor who's really a perfect fit with this core.
And there's the call on Curry.
Stephen Curry.
That'll be his second foul of the game.
Picking up his second foul here, has to be careful because they can pile up quickly.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball. High-point lead, the biggest of the game. Stolen by Ball.
Great reflexes to get a hand on that pass and go the other way with it.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
36 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Murray. It's Williams, high post. Pass to Williams. Clock at 2. Shoots over Capella. And there's another one for the Nuggets. Hornets trail by 5. And stolen by Murray. The finish. And it's Murray with the jam.
Boy, Murray had his fingerprints all over that possession. It's huge when he makes these types of plays.
Ball with it. Barrett the open look. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Barrett's got 4 this quarter.
And, you know, they'll take the points, but I'm sure coach would prefer a higher percentage look next time.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Nuggets ahead of 5. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Denver calls timeout. Jamal Murray is still an elite scorer, and Clarkie has fought through so many injuries.
And it's remarkable that he's as explosive off the bounce as he is after the injuries that he's dealt with. His ability to create a shot, especially at crunch time, one of the best in the league. The pull-up jumper, the teardrop, and the three, he's got all of those.
Here's Ball, and it's sent back by O'Neal.
And the aggressiveness on display here from O'Neal. Terrific at turning shots away with that size and length.
Back to Capella. 5 to shoot. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Ball goes to Denver.
And here is Dunn. Pass to Rizachet. Nobody near Williams. Buries the long-range jumper. Williams has got the lead up to 8 now for Denver.
And this kid, Rizachet, is a team-first kind of player, willing to give it up to the open man.
Back to Ball. It's his first trip to the line.
This season, he has been absolutely locked in at the free throw line. How about 90%?
You know, he's been one of those players they've won it on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
The Nuggets leading by 6. Murray surveying the D. It's stolen by Capella. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Barrett, no good. Here's Murray. Good work defensively by Capella.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
That one drops for him.
Well, I tell you what, Ball doing a nice job using his size down in the post, rising up above his defender to get that one to go down.
Here's Shaq. It's rebounded by Charlotte. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. In the corner, George with it. Fires it up. Rebound by Williams.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
And Siakam has it in the corner. Back to Murray. Pass to Rizachet. Williams for 3. And the 3 ball is good. Williams has got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Nuggets. And timeout is called by Charles Lee. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Hornets trailed by 7. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Barrett for 3. The shot's good on the assist by George. Fitness got 7.
Well, the numbers show it. R.J. Barrett much more comfortable shooting from the corner.
And there's the call on Curry.
Personal foul.
And that'll be his third foul so far. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Back to Murray for the 3. Rodman grabs the miss.
And they had some boxed coverage that turned into no coverage.
Pass to George. The 3. Drills the 3-pointer. He's got 7.
Seems effortless for George, that quick release of his.
And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. They lead by 1. 1:46 left to play in the third. Here's O'Neal. Oh, and the dunk by
Like whenever this big man gets fancy with it, O'Neal is a ridiculous dunker when he's this close to the rim.
A shot by Rodman, wide open. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. And Reza Shea, the prototypical size and skill for a wingman.
Yeah, he's got some jelly to his game. Handle, touch. At his size, that becomes very tough to contain.
Denver calls timeout. Free throw good by Curry. And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. G.A., what do you think?
There could be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially blatant on drives to the rim.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Pass to George. Out to the wing. 6 on the shot clock. They set the pick. Rodman goes in. And Rodman with the slam.
So much intensity from Rodman on the drive. Boy, he's like a runaway freight train, folks.
.50 seconds left in the third quarter. Outside, Bane. Pass to Siakam. Outside, Bane. He is looking for Siakam and finds him. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Here's Charlotte now. They're on a 13-5 run here. Curry with it. He's got 6. Here's Bol. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Bol's got the lead up to 2 now for the Hornets. Picked by Williams. Here's Dunn. Back to Williams. Pass to Dunn. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And you can tolerate gas like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. There's 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. Back to Barrett. 3 seconds left. He lays it in. Barrett's got 9.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive to me. He's a threat every time up the floor.
The third.
35.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Hornets leading by 4. Pass the ball. There's the triple. Siakam pulls it in.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Curry, wide open. Bullseye! Curry with a deep 3. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Hornets.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
And, you know, they've been stupendous challenging shots and protecting the rim. Their block numbers really reinforce what we've seen from them in terms of rim protection.
Here's Ball. Following the basket by Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, you can't let Ball get this deep. I mean, once he's this close to the rim, that far inside, he's ready for the throwdown.
Now, here is O'Neal. Basket number 8 for him on 13 tries. That's 62% so far.
almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Timeout called, Nuggets. Time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks very much. I was able to listen to what David Adelman went over with his team. Now he's encouraging them to keep attacking in the paint. He said, when we get inside, we score. Simple as that. Keep attacking and don't settle for anything that's not at the rim. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, David.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Charlotte Hornets. Shoots. Shaq in the high post. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That was pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And Shaq with the slam.
Because Shaquille O'Neal is so big and so athletic and so relentless, it's really hard to keep him off the glass.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And then Rodman with the dunk.
Look out now. The Worm said, I'm not staying on the ground. I'm taking flight.
Murray down low. Here's Riza-Shea. From outside, off the mark. Hornets leading by 7. Here's Curry. And it drops after rolling around the rim. And now that's 11 points for Stephen Curry. Lobbed up there for O'Neal. Stolen by Rodman. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Knocked loose. Outside Curry. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. The Nuggets trailed by 9. Here's Williams. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
That's a nice play there. Not going to miss many from there.
Accurate passes, Greg, are really paying off for them at the moment.
And also good off-ball movement. Everyone is paying attention and looking to create the best shot for the team.
Yeah, you got to admire really how smoothly Ball takes over games with the scoring. I mean, he knows he can pretty much get his shot off at any time from any spot.
It's good. Shaq's got 8 points in the quarter.
And really scored most of their points, but he can't score them all, guys. He's going to have to get somebody else to step up.
Back to Ball. Charlotte moving the ball around. Outside for George. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. George has got the lead up to 10 now for the Hornets. To the middle. Paul George with the steal.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Hornets.
One area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it sparked their offense. It deflates the opposition, and when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting will be the second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Lonzo Ball.
I'll tell you what, this guy worked his behind on both ends of the floor. He was really an intimidating presence out there.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
You know, Shaq is a nightly double-double threat and a behemoth in the paint. Really a powerful, powerful force.
Here's Curry with the three. And now Williams running the floor all by himself. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business.